contender in their respective conferences, Greg, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
So the New York starting five. Anthony out there with Porzingis. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Galloway in at the one. When you look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Galloway. There's the pick. New York moving it around. Stolen by Rubio. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Lopez with the block. Martin dishes to Garnett. Pass to Wiggins. To the middle. Off the screen. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. The three. They get the rebound. Here's Lopez. And the layup's good off the glass. Lopez has got his second bucket.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Martin kicks to Garnett. Fires high post. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota when he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
Here's Galloway. There's the screen. Passes it to Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Rubio in the corner. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And, you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I gotta believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Now here's Wiggins. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Wiggins has got his second basket of the night.
And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
Well, I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's Galloway. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Anthony's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it's Wiggins missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. They set the pick. Down low. Here's Anthony. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Anthony's got his first 2 points of the night. Rubio outside. Jang with the screen for Rubio. He dishes it to Martin. On the wing, Wiggins. Got a piece of it. Here's Towns. The shot, no good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Aflalo with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Fast break, Minnesota. Rubio's got the ball. And the basket good. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Galloway kicks to Aflalo. Feeds it to Carmelo. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Back to Rubio. Clock at 6. Here's Wiggins. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Minnesota making some changes. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Andrew Wiggins. Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. It's Anthony with the drive. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Now, here is Miller. Towns sets the pick for Miller. Kicks to Jang. Dishes it to Towns. The jump hook. It's rebounded by New York.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Seraphin kicks to Grant. There's a good screen. The pass to Porzingis. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Now here's Towns. Back to Miller. Over to the left wing. Here's Muhammad. And that one hits back iron. The Knicks leading by 4. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Gets to the rim for 2. With the D all over him. Muhammad's got his first points in this one. Grant against Miller. Now the dish to Seraphin. Here's Muhammad. Some solid defense from Grant.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. The Knicks also changing it up. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Porzingis. Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Vujicic in for Aaron Aflalo. Now, here is Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. To the paint. Here's Pekovic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Back to Grant. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
The score now all even. Zhang's got his first basket of the night. Grant outside. There's the pick to the left side wing. Here's O'Quinn. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And guys, I for one can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injury.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Jones checked in for Andre Miller. The Knicks with the lead. Now here's Grant. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Now the feed to O'Quinn. He kicks to Vujicic. And stolen by Zhang. By himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Vujicic after the basket by Minnesota. 6 on the shot clock. Right wing. There's the triple. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Minnesota making some changes. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Martin in for Shabazz Muhammad. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Garnett, the screen. Pekovic with a screen on Grant. And it's Wiggins missing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Good if it goes. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Tie game. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Pekovic is out there with Garnett. And it's Jones in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Galloway with the bucket. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. They just, Greg, struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
And so it's New York with it, following Kevin Martin's three. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. Pass to Anthony. Score the... basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Wiggins from outside, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That one's on Anthony. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New York.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Lopez kicks to Aflalo. New York needs to get off a shot. Garnett with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Minnesota in the lead. Outside, Jones. He feeds it to Pekovic. Can't get it to fall.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now here's Jones to the paint, and Garnett misses.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Now here's Anthony after the miss from Kevin Garnett. 4 on the shot clock. High post try, and that one comes up a bit short.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Galloway. They set the pick. Out left to the wing. To the inside. And stolen by Wiggins. Martin the pass to Wiggins. Follow against Jones. And it's Garnett penetrating. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late. But you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Towns comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Jones. To end the drought. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Porzingis.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
New York calls timeout. And for Gorgui Dieng, an intelligent guy with strong physical attributes, gigantic arm span, but extremely raw skill-wise.
Yeah, his game still needs plenty of polish on both ends of the floor. But I really felt like he took a huge leap last season, and he has the intensity along with that work ethic to continue to grow.
Here's Galloway. Outside Anthony. Stolen by Rubio. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got it on the fast break chance.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And a follow kicks to Anthony. No good off the pick.
You know, on the topic of Zhang, he did improve in practically every category in year 2. Offensively, though, he still looked a bit mechanical. And on defense, he still went for too many head fakes, but you've got to like his upside.
Martin wide open. He fires. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket. And talking about Gorgui Dieng, he recorded 22 points and 21 rebounds in the game his rookie season. Amazingly, it was the first ever 2020 game by a Timberwolves rookie. The Wolves, of course, once home to Kevin Garnett and Kevin Love, so that's pretty good company.
Here's Towns, and the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To Porzingis. In the corner, it's Galloway. Pass to Afflalo. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. The offensive rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. Here's Wiggins. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one's on Anthony.
How about Wiggins in this one? He's got 8 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
And he can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Well, Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
Back to Rubio. On the wing, Wiggins. Here's Towns. Puts up the baby hook. Nice touch on the bank shot. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
The pass to Porzingis. Lopez outside. He dishes it to Galloway. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. And Anthony gets double teamed. And that one's good. Anthony's got 12.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Towns kicks to Wiggins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was second in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
And the Knicks making a change here. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Aaron Afflalo. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. Anthony kicks to Serafin. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Serafin. Williams, he's checked in for the Knicks. And both free throws good for Serafin. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Timberwolves dancers.
Some changes for Minnesota. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Gorgie Dan. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Levine subbed in for Kevin Martin. And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. Just 5 to shoot. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Muhammad's got his second basket. Knicks trail by 8. Grant kicks to Vujacic. Knocked loose. Stolen by Levine. Here's Rubio. Williams with the block. O'Quinn with it. Feeds it to Seraphin. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
So it's Minnesota now, following the score by New York. Shot clock at 6. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16. And even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
Now, here's Grant. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Kicks it to O'Quinn.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
Now, here's Grant. Muhammad with the steal. Now Rubio. Dishes it to Towns. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Towns has got 4 points in the quarter.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Grant kicks to O'Quinn. There's the dish to Seraphin. Vujacic the pass to Seraphin. Down low, Williams. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Minnesota making a switch. Pekovic is checked in. .122 left in the second quarter. Rubio against Grant. Rubio outside. The feed to Garnett. Lets it fly from 18. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. And Williams, here we go. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Here's Levine. Following the basket by Derek Williams. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Garnett, the screen. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Grant.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will.
Vujacic dishes to Grant. He kicks it to O'Quinn. Pass to Vujacic. He got it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Timberwolves ahead, up by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
All right, Target Center, coming on the court now.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
Anthony has been putting up the numbers. 12 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's gotten today have been just electric.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, and he's the ringleader of their offense. And what we saw in that first half with his ability to keep everybody involved is the reason why they're playing well.
And that's just the thing. I mean, he knows how to share the sugar to make sure everybody gets a touch, and that keeps the offense balanced and productive.
And New York looking at who they've got. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in point guard. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. Misses the three.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's... Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Kevin Garnett.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Minnesota leading by 4. Miller kicks to Zhang. He feeds it to Martin. Aflalo pulls it in. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Anthony with the screen on Miller. Pass to Porzingis. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Now here is Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Wiggins drives in. Use that pick to get in close. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Miller with the double team. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after after Dirk Nowitzki.
Back to Miller. Lopez with the steal. Here's Galloway, covered by Miller. Aflalo outside. 5 to shoot. It's Anthony with the drive. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. That's good from Anthony. Muhammad, he's checked in for Wiggins. So Anthony nails both of them. And here's Miller. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And Pekovic throws it down.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
New York calls timeout. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Jones is checked in. Here's Galloway. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in the game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
And here are the Knicks now, following Kevin Martin's 3. Galloway, the pass to Lopez. The kick out to Aflalo. Drains it from beyond the arc. Aflalo's got it all tied up now for New York.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Jones, no luck. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Galloway. Lopez a screen. Passes to Porzingis. For the lead. The shot no good. Great D that time from Martin. Here's Muhammad. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, there was a time when the media had written off Shabazz Muhammad as an impact player he showed last year. He belongs in this NBA.
Yeah, certainly did. I mean, he improved in every facet of the game, and sometimes we tend to write guys off a little too soon, Kevin. The media in general, not you in particular. He's been a big-time performer for the Wolves.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Galloway kicks to Anthony. Aflalo against Martin. Here's Porzingis. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
And for Muhammad, it's weird that so many fans had given up on a player just after his rookie season. I mean, he's vindicated anyone who stuck with him after his slow rookie start.
Now here's Jones. The pass to Towns. And it's blocked. They get it back. Jones dishes to Towns. Connects on the 17-footer. Towns has got 8 points. But this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
Here's Porzingis. No good. And Minnesota will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And for Muhammad, a lot of it had to do with the hype he got in college, coupled with his age situation. So when he struggled, people were too quick to write him off. But he has showed he can ball.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Jones. So New York going with almost an entire new group. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Anthony. Sasha Vujicic is checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Well, Greg, it would work out for Minnesota with all those losses. They got the lucky bounce, Clark, and the #1 pick in the draft.
And you know, it's the first time in a long time that the worst team in the league actually got the top pick in the draft. Allowed Minnesota to add another great young big to complement Rookie of the Year, Andrew Wiggins.
Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. Grant the pass to O'Quinn. Feeds it to Vujicic. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Vujicic has got the game tied up here for New York. The Timberwolves have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Rubio right side. Martin from outside. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Grant outside. He dishes it to Williams. Screen by Grant. And Williams, here we go. And they'll keep possession. Clock at 2. Now here's Muhammad. 7 points in the game. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Here's Williams. It's deflected. They retain possession. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Wiggins comes in for Muhammad. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Kevin Martin. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Here's Vujicic. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Vujicic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 17, and he gets the bucket.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Williams. The shake. And he sinks the layup. Williams has got 6.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
Some changes for Minnesota. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Garnett comes in for Towns. And Tayshaun Prince subbed in for Levine. Now, here's Rubio. Prince outside. Clock at 6. Now, here's Wiggins. Covered by Vujacic. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
At the line for 2.
And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
Now, here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And stolen by Prince. Here's Wiggins. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. .110 left in the third quarter. Here's the screen. Rubio with a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the three-point shot. I mean, they had the worst three-point field goal percentage defense with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Garnett, right side. Fades. No good off the front iron. Knicks trailed by 5. Kicks to Vujacic. Back to Grant. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Timberwolves lead by 5. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Garnett out there with Gorgie Dang. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Wiggins in a shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Here's Galloway following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Galloway kicks to Aflalo. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
Now, here's Rubio. Dishes to Wiggins. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pass to Porzingis. Inside. That's tipped. But they recover it. Another shot. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. That's a good sign, Kevin. You like to see him getting to the line like that, but making them has been the challenge.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
Now, here's Rubio. Jang with the screen for Rubio. On the wing, Wiggins. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Rubio. That ball's ice feed that time from Wiggins. Rubio's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. Here's Galloway. Inside. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws. And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
Now here's Anthony. Over to the left wing. Here's Porzingis, guarded by Garnett. The kick out to Aflalo. And here's Anthony for 3. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Rubio outside. There's the dish to Wiggins. 6 to shoot. For the 3. It's rebounded by New York.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking. You know, they've really improved at the line from the first half. Things have gotten a lot better. They've gotten there a good number of times, and they've converted a high percentage of it.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Miller's checked in. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Here's Galloway. The drive by Anthony. And the rejection by Jang. Wiggins dishes to Prince. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Bielitz is checked in. New York calls timeout.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here, see if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Miller, the pass to Towns. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound in this one. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Anthony.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
Now here is Miller. Doubled by Aflalo. And Bielitsa kicks to Martin. Towns with it. Lopez is there. Towns, no luck.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
You know, not everything was bad for the Wolves at home. I mean, they did have several highlight reel plays and also found their way to the foul line a lot. Biggest free throw differential at home in the league last season.
Muhammad with it. Now Anthony defending. There's the pick. Here's Martin. Jumper off the screen. And Towns gets it to go.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And really the problem for the Wolves at home is the same problem they had all season. I mean, their defense was atrocious. Worst field goal percentage against at home in the entire league last season. And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand. But freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. Now here is Miller. Jang a screen. The feed now to Martin. The three. Here's Towns. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead and in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Galloway, the pass to Carmelo.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Jang a screen. Miller dishes to Jang. He kicks to Muhammad. Jang a screen. Martin for three. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
They set the pick. And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. And again, it's New York.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Jang with the screen for Miller. Outside Martin. Left side Miller. He feeds it to Jang. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Towns. The shot is off. Good D by Lopez. To the paint. The shot misses. And Minnesota will come the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And it's Miller penetrating. Towns wide open. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Here's Galloway. Anthony right side. Off the pick. Minnesota with the rebound. Jang's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Martin. With that miss, he's now made 6 and missed 6 from the field. And here's Aflalo for 3. New York, no good that time either. Miller outside. to the left side wing. Here's Muhammad. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And now it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
New York calls timeout. Some changes for Minnesota. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Jen. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Miller. And New York with a change here, too. Grant's checked in. Now here's Anthony. Puts it up from 12. And the jumper is good. Anthony's got 30 points. Minnesota leading by 8. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Here's the screen. Wiggins drives in. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 30.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Porzingis can't hit. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Towns. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 6 assists in the game.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
They set the screen. Pass to Towns. Three-pointer, Martin. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Timberwolves.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And when you play a team twice like these two will this season, always nice to win the first one as they'll go up 1-0 in the season series against the Knicks.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Wiggins. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And that one's good. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Rubio with it. Pass to Towns. Rebounded by Anthony. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And so the Timberwolves take the win, probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.